Hey, this is Russell Stark. We're in the Pnyx with John Rizzo,
Yes,
who is a King of the Cage champion. He is a professional boxer. I mean, you've got all the tools. So tell us what's going on in your world, buddy.
Okay, what's going on in my world right now is, living in Fallbrook. I'm 47. My last fight was at House Casino. I fought Domingo Cuero.
And if you guys don't know who Domingo is, I mean, this is a big cat.
Yeah, he's a badass.
This is a total badass.
He
Absolutely.
really is.
What is he? What size is he and everything?
He's like 6'2", 6'3", 265. He's been in the MMA world for a long time. I give the man much respect. I love the dude. So when we fought, the first round, he kicked my ass. I'll be honest with you. He put it to me. And my coach told me before the second round came around, he goes, "How much do you really want this?" So I was like, okay, not having that much experience in the MMA world, I'm a pro boxer. So you take somebody in that world and you're looking in a lot of trouble, dude. Mm-hmm. So my coach said, "How much do you really want this?" And I took it to my heart, fought with my heart, and I really put it to Domingo. And no disrespect, Domingo, if you see this, but I kicked his ass.
Yeah, no, I saw the pictures. It was unbelievable. I mean,
and it was awesome. It felt good. He wants to fight again, and I'll take the fight.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He's the current King of the Cage.
He's the current champion. Yeah.
Champion right
in
now.
San Diego. Yes,
absolutely.
He is. Yes.
So, what does this mean, though? You take this win off of him again?
If I understand correctly, if I take this win off him, then I get a shot at Bellator.
Nice.
And if I get a shot at Bellator, then we talk. If I win the fight, we talk a contract.
All right.
So, and then from there, what I understand from UFC and Bellator is UFC is good. It's really popular, but you only have one sponsor, and that's Reeboks. Bellator has several sponsors, Muscle Farm and so forth. Mm-hmm. So, and from what I understand, they pay a little better.
Nice.
So, but either way, it'd be nice to get in UFC or Bellator. Especially my age, being 47, I really want to make a name for myself. I'm not getting any younger. I'm not saying I'm a badass. I'm really good. I'm really good with my hands. And I really haven't found any good trainers to take me under the wing. Being a lot of stuff has happened in my life, and being homeless for a couple years, living on the streets in Oceanside, literally in my car, having people like fire marshals help me out, paying my gym membership, eating at Brother Joe's in Oceanside and stuff like that. And then I had hope, I had a lot of faith in God, and ended up getting housing from Interfaith, and we ended up getting housing, and we got a housing in Fallbrook. So that helped out a lot. So things are going good. I started working at Joe's Hardware in Fallbrook, and then worked there for a couple years. Then I joined the union, Local 47 for Riverside. And now I'm back at Joe's Hardware.
How hard is it to train to be a professional fighter and juggle all of everything you're just talking about?
A lot of fighters are different, and in my aspect, it's been very hard. Mm-hmm. To become a fighter, you have to have a lot of aggression. You have to have a lot of hope. You really have to want it really bad. Mm-hmm. You can't half-ass it. You can't just say, okay, I want to be a fighter, lose a couple fights, come back, and so forth. There's a lot of repercussions. You can get hurt. You can lose your hope. You can lose, the worst part about fighting in boxing or MMA, because I'm a pro boxer, the worst part is if you lose a fight, is trying to get there's what's called an adrenaline dump. You lose your adrenaline dump, then you can't come back. That's impossible. And a lot of people have that. And then a lot of that has to do with your training. If you have a good training, you have a good trainer, you have good management,
Now, are you saying that the fire is what's tough to maintain?
Yes, the fire is what's tough to maintain, and that's what's tough is when they say, a lot of people tell me, okay, you're 47, you're too old, stop, you might get hurt, just work and provide for your family. A lot of people tell me they want to see me fight. In my heart, I know what I know what I can do, I know what I can still do. Can I get hurt? Of course I can still hurt.
Right.
Can I still make a name for myself? Can I still damage people? Yeah, I can still damage people. And I really want to do it. I don't want to have regrets in my life as a fighter when I'm 60, 65 years old, sitting in the trailer park, drinking coffee with my neighbor, right, saying I could have done it. And you only live once. There's no way, dude.
What kind of advice would you give to up and coming fighters right now? You've seen the popularity in the UFC.
Yes.
You see all this excitement in the sport. A lot of people coming into the sport. What's the pitfalls to make sure that you don't fall into, and what are the things that you would give as far as advice to fast track yourself to success?
Okay, starting with the pitfalls. Pitfalls, you don't want to have any. You don't want, as far as downfalls, you don't want to have, as far as what I mean is downfalls, you don't want to have like, okay, I got to take care of my grandma, grandpa. I got a job that's 60 hours, 40 something hours a week. And to go back as what I said is starting out as young, there's really no age limit, but if you're starting out and you're coming up as a fighter in MMA or as a pro boxer, you want to have that fire. And what I mean is that fire only stays with you at a certain age. As you get older, it's harder to maintain it. But you're always going to have the passion. The passion and fire are two different things. If you still have the passion for it, that's one thing. If the fire is gone, then the passion is going to be harder to maintain. So, and that's where your heart comes in. And that's where you have to make the decision. And it's a risk. If you don't have a family, then sure, take it. Give it all you have. You have nothing to worry about. The only person you have to worry about is yourself. Mm-hmm. If you do have a family, like I have a family, it's a little harder because you got people left and right telling you what to do. Mm-hmm. Telling you this, telling you can't do this, telling you can do this. The only thing I can say is believe in yourself. If you always believe in yourself, which I do, and I'm a 47-year-old.
Yeah.
And I just started to do it at 27. I proved it. And my coach even told me, if you win with your heart and you don't win with your skill, you can still do it. And I did it. And that's all, there's nothing much more to say.
It's amazing how much that attitude transcends all sports. It transcends into all occupations.
Right.
Everything is a competition to me.
Correct. Yes.
I'm a professional arm wrestler, but I'm also a professional at work. As a roughneck, mm-hmm. I try to be the absolute best at what I do.
Yes.
Because I know that somebody else is out there hungry and they want my spot.
Yes, sir.
That's a reality. Yeah. So the moment that I lose that hunger and I stop protecting, then I risk losing not only my job, my girl, everything. Somebody out there is always they want your wife. You know what I mean? She goes off to work and you don't realize, but there's somebody out there jockeying for your wife. Yes, so if you're not giving her the attention and the respect and the love that she needs, yes, don't be surprised when she walks out that door. And it's the same thing with your job and if at your, in your sport here. And I think that that's crucial,
yes,
going forward. It is. But so then you got the fire, but there has to be more than that. There has to be the actual gym time. There has to be the work that puts out there, not just the want. You can want things all you want. How do you stay focused and keep pushing forward?
Literally, there's a lot of things. There's music. There's things that I do, like I look in the mirror every morning before I get up, before I take a shower, and then I look at myself in the eyes. and look, what are you going to do today? What did you want? What did you want before you were this age? Where are you at now? Are you going to be a coward? Are you going to live like everybody else does, with the family, barbecue, work 40 hours a week, come home, go to sleep, and do the same thing every day, pay bills? No. Just take a break. Don't pay a bill. Take your family out. The fighting.
Roll the fucking dice.
Yeah, roll the fucking
Be a man.
dice. Be a man.
Yeah.
Do shit that everybody else doesn't do every fucking day.
Yeah.
My schedule is, I do find time to train. I do find time for the gym. I do find time to lift. At my age, is it hard? Yes, it's very hard. It is. It's very hard. Do I still do it? I still do it. Do I have the fire? Yes, I do have the fire. At 47 years old, I have the fucking fire. I don't want to give up. I'm not going to give up. Your body is your temple. I believe in the big man upstairs. I've always have. He's never let me down. I'm not going to get in the religion aspect, but obviously there's somebody up there that's had my back. Because if not, I would have been still on the streets doing a lot of shit.
Right.
Now I got my housing. I still have my family. I didn't lose my family. Did I hit rock bottom 4 years ago? Yes, I did. It was really bad. It was in Oceanside. Oceanside Police Department. They looked out for me. They knew what I was doing. They kept eyes on me. They made sure I didn't get in a lot of trouble. They knew what I was doing. And then, like I said, going back, I did have hope. You can't have faith without hope.
Right.
Things came to part. I got housing. I got housing in Fallbrook. Got my family back. Got a job. Now it's time to fight. Does a big man want me to fight? I don't know. I've asked him a lot. I feel it in my heart. I still have the strength. I have the agility. I have the speed. Real quick, like I was telling you earlier, 3 weeks ago, this girl came in my parking lot, hit 2 cars. She was drunk. My wife came out there and took the keys from her. And all the neighbors came out. I was sitting there watching TV. And the guy started putting hands on my wife. My neighbor came and said, dude, this dude's putting hands on your wife. I got up from a recliner. I didn't even put the recliner down. I jumped out. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. And I ran out the door. I ran. My neighbor saw it. They're still talking about it to this day. And I came over there and flew with a Superman punch. He flew over the fire hydrant. He hit his head a little bit. His shorts fell off. Some big cholo dude.
You knocked him out of his shorts, huh?
Yeah, some big cholo dude from Fallbrook. So then the police department came. Nobody saw nothing and this and this. So going back to what I'm saying is, if you want to join the sport in boxing or MMA is more popular now than boxing. It's an awesome sport. If you want to train to see if you can do it, that's good too. If you want to train to become a fighter, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And if you end up becoming a fighter and you got a trainer that says you can do it, do it. You only live once. You're not going to have these opportunities anymore. I'm telling you. A lot of people, especially my age, they stop. I don't know a lot of people my age that are still doing it. So if you're at a certain age in your 20s, your 30s, take advantage of it. Yeah, get it. If you have a job, that's fine. But if you want to become a fighter, that's fine too. Do it.
How important is it for a fighter to have a social media platform, all these other components that it goes to, to be successful in this sport?
It's really important. I find it very important because it's another way of getting your name out there. Instagram, Facebook. I find Instagram a really good social media. Mm-hmm. Twitter too. I found I've gotten a lot of people following me from nutrition shops from Temecula, Oceanside, Cardiff, Encinitas. Has anybody sponsored me yet? No, but they have followed me. They've seen some of my pictures and so forth, but they haven't seen a lot of my fights yet. And I've only had 4 fights in MMA. So if I had more fights, then yeah, I'm sure they would sponsor me. So social media is very important. It's another good way of getting your name out there.
It seems to me that from what I've seen, that selling tickets is really important to who your next fight is. If you can sell 150 tickets, you kind of move up to that next level.
Correct.
And if you can sell 500, boy, you're getting a shot.
Yeah.
Is that seem like that? That's pretty.
Yes, selling tickets is very important. To sell tickets, to become a good fighter, and to sell tickets, a lot of things are important. Looks, how you fight, and how you beat the person. Those are the 3 main important things, because those are what the promoters look at and entrepreneurs. Your looks, how you fight, and how you defeat the guy. So, example, McGregor, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
He's in shape, and he destroys.
Just ask him; he'll tell you how good looking he is.
He will. Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
So, and he's got his own alcohol business, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's just awesome. I tip my hat off to the man. He's made a name for himself.
He's made it bigger for everybody in the sport.
Yes. I mean, he's made the sport even bigger.
Yeah.
So anybody that comes into the sport they got a really big shot, dude.
So what's your time frame? What have you set for yourself and say, okay, by this time I'll be here, by this time I'll be there?
As we're talking right now, I've got a hold of Cali Cage Warriors, Joe's Phoebus, which is, a promoter out here in San Diego, King of the Cage. We're trying to set up dates and fights.
And you have good people in your corner, people that have trained you. So who are some of the people that you've worked with?
CO from Excel down in Oceanside. Sean Loeffler from the Compound MMA in Oceanside. Ruben Crew, Extreme Power down in Oceanside.
Nice.
Really good people. Really knowledgeable people. Bill Dean, he was a good trainer. He was awesome. He was a good coach.
Yeah, we'll miss him.
Yeah, passed away. Missed the man. So,
and my buddy Jake Smith actually, he took over that gym, Chainsaw Fitness.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So he's the owner and he took up the
nice.
the torch for him old Bill. Yeah.
Nice. I'm good. I'm glad to hear that, bro.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked. Actually, we'll have to get him on the show.
Okay.
He's a great person. Yeah.
He's dude.
And he's a world champion arm wrestler as well.
Really?
Yeah, Jake Smith was the light heavyweight champion in arm wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll take me.
He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. Yeah, okay. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's awesome.
We had a super match. I've actually had a couple of them. The last one was in Angel Stadium, and it was really memorable. It was great. That was one of my bigger wins in arm wrestling. So,
you serious?
Yeah, I got a lot of pride over that. Yeah, for sure.
Wow, bro. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Our first super match that we had with each other, he blew my doors off the first 2 matches.
How much did you weigh?
I believe that Jake at that time was right around like 205.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, dude.
But solid. I mean, solid.
Strong.
Oh, yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, Jake Smith is, you look at his resume and it's a who's who in arm wrestling.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a legend for sure.
Yeah, I want to try that sport.
Oh man, it is. I'll tell you what. Yeah, absolutely.
Please,
absolutely.
Please.
Yeah. In fact, right now, training for Worlds. I just got my tickets today. Got the hotel lined up.
When?
So it's in September.
Okay.
Yeah. So
go, dude.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'd love it. Yeah, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's a phenomenal. I know they had over 2,500 competitors at last Worlds. So the world events are. Shoot, this last one in Dubai, they were paying the winners $50,000. For yeah, it's big money.
Oh my gosh.
which is great because our sport hasn't had that kind of money before.
Okay.
You know, before $20,000 was a big purse for a tournament.
Right.
And now they're up to like 50,000. So
what weight class are you in? Heavyweight, right?
I'm usually the 198 light heavyweight. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But right now, if I were to arm wrestle today, I'm like a 230. So
230.
Yeah. Mostly belly.
Oh,
no, but feeling strong right now. I got Tony Thompson from Orange County Arm Wrestling. Mm-hmm. He was a professional boxer, same thing as well. He's phenomenal. He got shot in the eye and ended his boxing career. But he, oh man, I mean, he's just under. Just under 300 pounds.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Solid too. Solid.
This man is strong. He's strong, dude.
It's the real deal.
I wouldn't fight him, dude. I'm sorry. Not gonna know him, but I wouldn't fight him, dude. I wouldn't.
No, I mean, you know, that's the thing, though, man. Fighting in arm wrestling, it's completely different sports. You know, I wouldn't fight you, is what the real reality of the situation is. But I think that when you get cross mixing of sports, that's when you're going to see these things really blow up. MMA, it's an infancy. You know what I mean? Yeah. They just you know, they figured out how important jiu-jitsu is along with striking. And I think that when they start picking up, and you have a lot of bodybuilders right now and powerlifters that are learning how important arm wrestling is, you know, to their sports. Yes. So they're seeing how much gains they're getting. Rich Wheeler, I don't know if you know who he is.
No, I don't.
He's an incredible power lifter, phenomenal. He's heavy into the sport. There's a lot of big up and coming guys that are realizing the benefits to arm wrestling and having that incredible hand strength and arm strength.
There's a lot of injury in arm wrestling.
I think I think it depends on who you're training with, right? Okay. So it's the same thing as if you have a good trainer in fighting. You know, if you're training and getting hurt all the time, you probably don't have the best trainer.
Okay.
I think that the same is true with arm wrestling. I think that you have to have knowledgeable and good people in your corner.
Correct.
And the better people that you have in your corner, the faster you'll ascend in the sport. Okay. Yeah. This is every sport that I've been involved with or seen is a team sport. Okay. You know, wouldn't you agree? I mean, the people, would you be at where you're at today if it wasn't for the people around you?
No, not at all. Not once a bit. Nope.
Who would you say is your biggest influence?
Mike Tyson.
Old Iron Mike, huh?
Mike Tyson, yes. When I started training, when I first went pro in boxing in 97, I fought Joseph Osimo down here at the San Diego Sports Arena. I was 220. I lived in Oceanside. Then I moved to Lancaster. My manager was Hervey Estrada. And then, what was his name? The Goosens. The Goosens. Yeah. And so my first match at the San Diego Sports Arena was Joseph Osimo. I knocked the guy out in 1 minute and 45 seconds, but it was so fast. Literally, nobody saw it. I had bartenders buying me drinks. Literally, it was that fast. After that, again, going back to MMA and this, one thing I forgot to tell everybody is, and like Bruce Lee said, speed.
Speed is power.
Speed is power. Yeah, George Foreman was big. If he hit you, yeah, but you can see it coming. But when I hit this guy that fast, it was unbelievable. I can't even explain it. We tried to get the video, and they wouldn't give us a video. They would not give us a video. It was that bad. So and then the next guy I fought was Victor something, back at the San Diego Sports Arena. Same thing. And then that was a cruiserweight. Then I went to heavyweight and I fought at the Reseda Country Club. I lost that fight. The guy was Golden Gloves. He had 60 fights, and he weighed 260. I weighed 212. Everybody had their money on me. Tony Danza had his money on me. He sat next to my sister. I'm sorry. He headbutted me. He put a big gash on my eyebrow. They kept sending me back. They kept putting Vaseline on me. And it bled out so much, so the referee called it, so I lost it. But, you know, like again, everybody told me, he goes, dude, the guy came in my locker room, and he was just so bruised up. You know, I hit him so hard, you know, even through his gloves. He told me, dude, just go back, train. He goes, I'll come back and train with you in San Diego, bro. Don't worry about it. So again, in any, like arm wrestling, it's speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speed. Speed is the key factor to everything. Training, you have to give it all you have, all your heart. We could talk about this all day. Work 40 hours, your wife, my kids, housing. I hit rock bottom. I was on the streets. But to become a champion in any sport, you have to want it. You have to train your ass off. You have to really give it all you have. If you do lose it, like I did lose it. I lost it for a while. I gave up. I had a problem with my confidence. Back in 2000 to 2012, I was doing underground fighting. I got locked up. I was in prison for a while. Came out, and then it was just a in and out show. So, and it's funny that my life still is in the fighting aspect. I still can do it. If you see me, you'll be like, wow, dude, okay, the man can still do it. That's awesome. Now I just have to find somebody that will take me under the wing and give me the shot. Mm-hmm. Just train me, to the fullest. I still want it. I still want it very bad. And I know I can still do it. I hope people will see me. I will still get a fight. People are going to watch me. And I want to be such an influence to kids and teenagers and so forth. And, I
think you have everything that makes the American story. The American story is one of, everybody wants a dog on America right now. That seems to be the theme, Right. And it's not the mistakes that the country has made, because every country in the world has made these same mistakes.
Correct. Slavery
is not, an American thing. That's a world thing. Our country's had all kinds of problems, but we have overcome them, mm-hmm. and we've striven to be better than what we've been in the past. Right. And I think that's the American dream, is to be the underdog and to come out on top. We weren't supposed to make it as a country. No, at all. And you weren't supposed to make it as a fighter. No. And that's everybody roots for that. Mm-hmm. Everybody roots for the guy that says, you know what, everybody's saying, hey, he's past his prime, or he's past this, and giving you every reason to fail. And despite that, saying, no, it's not happening. I'm not going quietly in the night. I'm not doing it. I'm going to fight through it. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And it's funny because we're at the same spots in our lives. I just got my tickets to Worlds, and I'm feeling, as you're talking, I'm feeling it. And I know everybody out there listening is feeling it. There's a lot of people out there, whether it's young looking up to you, mm-hmm. and saying, I'm in the streets too right now. Yes. And that's where he started. So if he can make it, I can make it, Yes. And for the people that are saying, hey, I want to continue and be a fighter, but everybody's telling me I can't do it, are going to drive, you're going to give them inspiration from where you're coming from. Yes. And that's beautiful, man. You're giving me inspiration. And it's beautiful, man. That's why I was so excited to have you on as a guest, because I thought, man, this is somebody that I can connect with, on so many ways. And I truly believe that your story is going to inspire so many people. And I can't wait to watch you in the future, moving on, and all your future successes. It's going to be amazing. It really is. Brother, appreciate it. It's going to be awesome.
Just real quick, the thing about, I want people to know that don't listen to people. It's old tradition. When they tell you you're a certain age, you can't do it no more, don't believe that. Go with your heart. If your heart tells you something different, go with it. Don't let people tell you what they can't do. Do not do that. That'll be the worst mistake of your life. And again, like I told you, fighting Domingo, I proved it. Yeah. And I'm going to go forward with it. I'm sorry, but I'm doing it. Yeah. So, yeah.
And you know what? For the people that haven't seen Domingo out there, this guy he's
badass.
Frightening.
Yeah. I'll be honest.
Frightening. Yeah, I mean, you.
Am I worried about fighting him again? Yeah. I am. I'm worried about fighting him. Right. It's going to be, the first fight was.
But isn't that the beauty, though? When you take on people like that?
Even if I do get my ass kicked, at least I gave it a shot, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to fight another fight. Yeah, definitely. Till I still can't do no more. Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
And you have to have that heart and that drive.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
I was talking about some of the people that I was looking at arm wrestling, and I named off to my training partner some of these names. And he's like, man, Russ, he goes, those are some big names, man. He goes, when we were able to dial this down until we build you up to that point again. And I said, I'll be honest with you, if I'm not excited and I'm not driven, and if I'm not scared a little bit, that fear, I take that and I use that as energy.
Yep, correct.
You do the same thing?
Right, Russ. Yes, sir.
I take that fear and I use it as energy.
You have to. Yeah.
When you get into the ring, do you take all that excitement and that? And because people think that it's being brave is an absence of fear, and it seems like that's a misconception.
One thing about fighting, not only fighting with your heart, and the misconception about using fear as energy, is remember one thing. When I told you about training and believing in your training, and your trainer is your oh my God, what I just forget. Your conditioning.
Absolutely.
Conditioning is so important. That's one thing I had against Domingo. I knew the man was big. He had skills against me. I'm a pro boxer. I entered his world. Like me entering your world as a boxer,
yeah.
I'm going down, bro. But I entered his world. He took it to me. I said, no, you're not going to do this. And I knew his conditioning was not good. So I drove the man to his peak.
Well, he's a big man.
Yeah. So conditioning is the most important aspect in boxing and MMA. And if you don't have that, that's the worst dump you can ever have. So one thing I want to tell all the fighters, you can have skills, you can have fast hands, fast feet, and so forth, and the best grappling ever. You don't have any conditioning, don't get in there, because you're going to get hurt, dude. And then if you get hurt and you're one of those people that decide, okay, I got beaten, I don't want to fight no more, then no. One thing I want to say is real quick, when I was a trainer as a boxer at the Compound MMA with Sean Loeffler, Jessica, she was really frightened. She didn't have that confidence where she walked down, she's like, okay, I'm this kind of person. She walked around real timid, beautiful, very smart girl. Her mom was there watching. I had her spar a guy, and I was right behind her, and I told the guy to take it easy. He kind of bloodied her up a little bit, but I told him, tone it down. I told Jessica, stay in there. And I told Jessica, stop. You're still going to spar. Finish out the round. And when they were done, a lot of people, when they spar, they don't come back because they don't want to go through that no more.
Right.
At all. They don't come back.
Arm wrestling's the same way. They'll practice for one day, and then when they wake up the next day, they're like, oh.
Yeah. And it's a confidence dump. I went there, and I talked to her mom. I said, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get in your car. And she's going to get in her car, and she's going to say, I don't want to come back. This happened to me when I turned professional boxing. I was so good as a cruiserweight. I was training in Santa Clarita against heavyweights, professional heavyweights. That's how good it was. I was fucking demolishing people, dude. And these heavyweights are really good. So I told her what's going to happen. She's going to get in her car. She's not going to want to come back. She's going to get in the shower. She's still going to feel the same way. She's going to feel like a piece of shit. And she's going to feel like I didn't do anything. I feel like shit and this and this. She's going to get in her bed, still feel the same way. Then it's going to simmer down a little bit. And then it's going to ease up. And then the next day, she's not going to want to come back. I said, no, you're going to come back. I told her mom, bring her back. She came back. I said, what happened, Jessica? Was everything that I said, was it correct? She goes, yes. Now you're going to get in the ring again. She got in the ring. As time progressed, she became good. Sean Loeffler molded her. She had like 2 or 3 belts in kickboxing. Now she's a trainer at the MMA, or another gym, if I'm correct. And now she's a badass, dude. Yeah, she's a badass. Really, real talk. And I told her, the same thing happened to me. I got in the ring, I got my ass kicked, literally. And I fell down on the ropes, and I felt like shit, dude. It was scary. I said, wow, dude, okay. My trainer said, no, get your ass up. You're going to the fucking gym today, dude. Went to the gym, same thing kept happening. Till I got my confidence. And then I got in shape. I was like, oh my God, this feels so good. It felt so good. You were able to walk in a mall, in a store, a bar. Not like I'm going to kick everybody's ass, but you had that confidence and people saw that glow. And you just like, wow, I felt good, dude. Like I could whoop everybody's ass. But you were humble.
Right.
Or you were still humble. And I've always had that feeling ever since. And that was back in 98. And always had that.
You know what?
And that confidence goes with getting a job,
Yeah. meeting
people, and your perseverance. You're more in tune with people. Like, wow, this guy's a cool dude or a cool girl, man. Wow, he glows, and so forth. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So. I always think, I told my son Rowan, I said, you learn to fight so that you can protect your family if you have to.
Yes.
And I honestly believe that every man should learn how to fight.
Yes,
I think that should be a skill that every man has, because when trouble comes, you don't get the option to choose when it comes or if it comes. It just comes, and it's at your door. Just the other day, a guy actually cut off my daughter, got right in front of her, and we actually bumped into his car. Mm-hmm. And he was getting ready to get out to fight. I jumped out of the car, went to go meet him. Yeah. And he realized that was a bad life choice, and he had to leave.
He felt it, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was no hesitation in my eyes. When I got out, I said, right before I got out, I said, all right, it's time to go to work.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's no messing around. It's time to go to work. Yeah, I'm not getting out to talk to you. I'm coming after you.
Right.
And in that situation, if I didn't have that confidence and the ability to back it up, I mean, that's where your confidence truly comes from.
Yes, it does.
I could have been in a bad situation. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This guy could have been a maniac. He could have come over and kicked my ass, and put my family in danger.
True.
But he saw it in my eyes that it wasn't going to happen today.
Yeah. No.
You're either a predator.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, Russ.
Yeah. But it goes from smiles to
it does.
Yeah, real quick,
bro. Quick.
Well, hey, listen, I appreciate you coming on today and speaking to everybody out there. And I think we're definitely going to have you on again.
Okay.
All right,
awesome.
brother.
Thank you. Much love, buddy.
All right.